Caitlin Clark is the only woman in basketball to ever sign with Wilson Basketball, and she's the only athlete since Michael Jordan to do so.
If we're comparing a Caitlin Clark signature shoe release to anybody not named Michael Jordan, anybody not named LeBron James, you're being extremely disingenuous.
Fans of basketball, get ready. Nike's billion-dollar enterprise might be severely damaged by what just dropped, which is rocking the sports world. It's not a rumor. Nike's senior executives are in a state of fear due to this significant turning point. With a valuation of over $200 billion, the multinational sportsier behemoth believed it had acquired a once-in-a-generation talent, the women's basketball equivalent of Michael Jordan. Given her enormous impact, Caitlin Clark's $28 million, 8-year contract seemed like a great deal. Nike thought they had secured their long-term source of revenue. Suddenly, though, Wilson, yes, the ball company, released an ad that was so flawlessly done and emotionally compelling that Nike's whole marketing team appeared disoriented.
When you strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
This is when things start to go crazy. Wilson used basketballs rather than footwear to accomplish this. However, the ripple effect has the potential to completely alter the strategy for sports marketing. Imagine the present situation at Nike to see how he got here. The corporation has lost more than $100 billion in value since 2021, and its stock and reputation have collapsed during the last 3 years. Investors began to seek leadership changes as a result of the significant criticism, and ultimately the CEO resigned. Even after severing connections with Yeezy, Adidas was still successful, but Nike continued to grow. According to financial analysts, sales will drop by 11.5% this quarter to $11 billion, the worst decline since the pandemic of 2020. Nike's new CEO, Matthew Friend, pledged a comeback, but analysts like David Schwartz of the Morningstar argue that ostentatious new designs won't make up for years of subpar planning. Nike has to develop a brand new product line worth billions of dollars, which might take years. Then came Caitlin Clark, a generational athlete who is 4 times as popular than any male college standout and twice as well known as Angel Ree. She was sought after by every brand: Curry's label, Adidas, and Under Armour. However, she went with Nike since she trusted the company that shaped her undergraduate persona. The sneaker that was meant to revolutionize women's basketball was eagerly anticipated by fans. Instead, everyone was taken aback by Nike. Clark's wouldn't be released until 2026 or 2027, but Wilson would receive her trademark shoe first.
Speculating that. But today was the Nike quarterly call, putting to rest any rumors that A, this wasn't a done deal, and B, there are renegotiations at the table. Something that this did clear up as well, it's looking like Caitlin Clark's shoe is coming in 2020.
Incredible. A shoe wait of 2 to 3 years. That is ridiculous. Nike was so keen to sign LeBron James in 2003 that they started creating his trainers before he signed. LeBron donned them in his debut NBA game under the covert code name Air Zoom Generation. From concept to court, it only took 3 months. Nike used to move at that speed.
Comparing a Caitlin Clark signature shoe release to anybody not named Michael Jordan, anybody not named LeBron James, you're being extremely disingenuous. Extremely disingenuous. We can't compare abnormality to normal behaviors. We can't compare the extreme case, the rarest of the rare case, to an average Joe Schmo walking down the street singing do I did it dum diddy do. We can't be doing that. We only compare Clark to Jordan, Clark to James, Clark to Tiger, Clark to Gretzky, Clark to Ali.
Nike now has a 3-year delay instead of a 3-month design cycle, an indication that there is a major problem within the organization. Debate erupted in the media after Caitlin signed her contract. Given that Clark had not played a single minute in the WNBA, some questioned why she should have been given a shoe before Wilson. But what sells is what matters in commerce, not fairness. Tim Duncan was a superior player, yet Allen Iverson sold more trainers than Duncan. Due to poor sales, Nike attempted to launch Duncan's brand twice, but Duncan seemed unconcerned. He was aware of the commercial aspect. However, Wilson is not Duncan. In Nike advertisements, billboards, and commercials, she is prominently featured. The issue is that she has made provocative comments regarding privilege and white athletes. Obviously, she's good at basketball as if it were an afterthought. She said in an interview about Paige Bucher, claiming that Paige's success was a result of her privilege.
And this game reminds me a lot of you. Like, it's not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at that. Like, she understands her privilege and like, pushes her over the top in a sense. It reminds me.
Then there was another bombshell. Caitlin Clark was left off of the USA Olympic team roster. The stated justification was that she hadn't earned it yet, although history doesn't support that. Without playing a single NBA minute, Christian Lettner was a member of the 1992 Dream Squad. When Diana Taurasi first joined the 2004 Olympic squad, her numbers were almost exactly the same as Clark's. Clark is excluded 20 years later. She dominated the league as the finest possible response. Top rookie in almost every statistic, fourth in MVP voting, first team All-WNBA, and the face of an enormous ratings increase. Over 1 million people watched her games on average, which is more than 3 times the WNBA's typical viewership. Her playoff debut sold more tickets than all other WNBA games put together. To accommodate her audiences, the Washington Mystics had to relocate to a larger venue. Everywhere she performed, she shattered attendance records. Eventually, even Team USA acknowledged that it was a mistake to leave her off. However, Nike was still unclear of how to deal with its biggest celebrity and was paralyzed by politics and fear. Wilson then hit once again. Their latest advertisement was more than just promotional. It was a masterwork of narrative. The cue opened it. It's simply the game you liked as a child when the bright lights and sounds are removed. Fans sensed it right away. Wilson delved into the unadulterated emotion of basketball, love, nostalgia, and passion, whereas Nike faltered in its attempt to satisfy everyone. Caitlin Clark, the only athlete since Michael Jordan to have such a collaboration and the first woman to sign with Wilson, was at the center of it all. One catchphrase that will stick in your memory is Caitlin, always basketball. Easy, strong, and disastrous for Nike. Wilson has taken control of the game as Nike falters, demonstrating that spectators pay attention when you concentrate on the sport rather than the politics. Every aspect of Caitlin was examined by their staff, including her interests, dress sense, preferred colors, and personality, creating goods that accurately capture her personality. On June 23rd, the campaign debuted to tremendous acclaim, praised as one of the best basketball advertisements in recent memory. Unvarnished, genuine, and motivated only by passion for the game.
Sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season. The commissioner told her that she could make $700,000 playing in the
As Wilson launches an impeccable ad centered around Caitlin Clark, Nike's silence over its biggest women's basketball star gets louder by the day. Nike is too scared to use footwear to communicate the message, so they are using basketballs. The contrast is excruciating. This is the result of a brand allowing fear to take precedence over vision. Clark signed a $28 million, 8-year contract with Nike. An incredible deal for a sportsperson who has already demonstrated her ability to enthrall fans and sell stuff like no other player in women's sports history. However, Wilson, a business they never saw as a danger, has been able to take center stage thanks to their reluctance. The irony is cruel. Fearless symbols were the foundation of Nike's business. LeBron James, Tiger Woods, and Michael Jordan. Athletes who transformed culture in addition to dominating sports. That same spark is present in Caitlin Clark. However, Nike is too mired in business politics to notice it. Wilson, however, is fully aware of what they possess. They do more than merely make basketballs bearing Clark's name. They are trying to convey a message of sincerity, ardor, and enthusiasm for the game. Their campaign exudes confidence. It honors excellence without caving into social media noise or public pressure. The most terrifying thing for Nike is that Wilson's commercial is perfect. It's not simply fantastic. It encapsulates everything of Caitlin Clark's allure, her determination, her purity, and her bond with her followers. You don't consider agendas or controversies while you watch it. It brings back memories of your initial passion for basketball. That's what legendary marketing is all about, and Nike hasn't been able to deliver. Wilson's advertisement has now gone viral on the internet. Millions of views, countless shares, and compliments from marketing experts and fans. They've recently shown that skill, authenticity, and emotion are the three key components of success in contemporary sports branding. Everything else falls into place when you master those. It's an obvious message. Nike's approach is fearful rather than daring. They are squandering the greatest marketing opportunity in women's basketball history because they are so afraid of public outrage. In the meantime, Wilson is forming a lasting relationship with a generational athlete that has the potential to change sports branding for decades to come. The basketball community is keeping a close eye on this. Other companies will honor their own superstars if Nike doesn't. Wilson just demonstrated the process for them. Their advertisement was spot on. Nike has to wake up because Wilson is creating history while they are preoccupied with damage management. Like in business, you may either rise to the occasion or fall behind in sports. Wilson just demonstrated that they are currently in control of the game. And this is only the start. The nightmare for Nike is over. It's here already. What do you think? Tell us in the comments.